Good morning, everybody. I'm not sure why I can't hear.
I guess it would help if I turn the microphone on, huh?
Oh, thank you. I thought it was me. I'm like,
No,
with my computer.
all me, all me. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Good morning. Let me start over. Good morning, everyone. Was
Good
that
morning.
was everybody asleep?
Good day, good day.
Good day, good day.
I'm here.
Jim, how are you, sir? Gladys,
Blessed and highly favored.
Good
Awesome.
morning.
How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
All right, all right.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. This is Kristen.
Good morning, Kristen. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Blessed and happy to be here.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. This is Jaden.
Jaden, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Blessed.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. This is Kayla.
Okay, I got Jaden, Kayla. Good morning, Kayla. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Lewis. This is Jeremiah. How you
Jeremiah,
doing today?
blessed. Glad to be here.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. This is MJ.
Good morning, MJ. Is that everybody? Okay, I'll take that as that's everyone. Thank you for coming. The last couple of calls were done in the car and all that good stuff, and what have you. Nothing was written down, so my apologies on that part. But I do want to go in a little bit of a different direction this morning. The funds are on the way. There was a couple hiccups purchasing USDT. Over the past week, there's been a few things going on with the financial arena, and things are being complicated on purpose. So the direction I'm going to go in this morning is a little bit more on the aspect of what is actually happening in the financial world. No, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I have to say these things because it's being recorded. This information is for education and entertainment purposes. One of the main issues with finances is the fact that if you are not aware of all realms of it, which means cryptocurrency, electronic transactions, basically digital currency, the actual paper itself, and then you have to look at the new laws and rules that are being written in the background that they're not talking about. Okay, so I'm going to try to pull up these new laws that I believe they just passed Thursday, either Thursday or Friday of last week. This week just passed. And you did not see anything on TV about it. You didn't hear about what's in the bill itself, but there's a lot in it. And I think it's important that all of you, not only the young people, but everybody that's here above youngin, needs to know about these new laws that were passed, not just written, but they passed them. And it's going to impact our financial arena. Okay, I don't know if you've been dealing with your bank over the past week. I have to deal with mine every day. And sometimes the bank is not available. So when you log in and you go to your bank and go, do your log into your back office or whatever, your web banking, and it says unavailable, and you go to the ATM machine and you put your card in, put your 4-digit number in, and it says unavailable, that means the bank itself is offline. Now, has anybody heard any of that? No, and you're not. So this kind of information is going to have to come from us, the participants in the financial arena, you, me, everybody. And if we don't talk, if we don't pick up the phone and say, hey, do you bank at such and such? Were you able to make a withdrawal? Or we get on a call like this and we discuss things, no one knows what's going on because they're not telling us. And they have always kept us in the dark about what is happening financially. This is why this call to me is so important. It gives at least a few people. As a matter of fact, let's see. Now 13 people are aware of a law that was passed, a bill that was passed that's going to impact your financial wherewithal, which means how you move money, what money is available to you, and when. They are looking into, and they've already talked about CDBCs or CBDCs, central bank digital currency, CBDC. A CDBC or whatever, let's just call it bank money. They're digital. And with them, they have the ability to turn them on and off at their will. Now, let's listen to that one more time. You put money in the bank. You go, you do your direct deposit. Let's say you're working and your check goes to the bank, right? Just like it's been doing. No issues, no problem. Goes to the bank. And you have an account that has, I don't know, let's say $10,000 in it. And your check is going there every week. You know, you're paying your bills, you're doing your thing, you're living life, right? Now, all of a sudden, the bank or the banks with an S are trying to pass and get ratified into law where they have total control of your financial wherewithal, which means they have total control of your money. Which means that if they decide, they, not you, they decide that, okay, you pay your mortgage, you pay your light bill, you pay your gas bill, and you say, you know what, it's my birthday, and I'm gonna go get a big screen TV. All right, so you say, well, I want the big one this time. I always had small TVs. I've been looking at this TV. It's my birthday, and I deserve this television because I work for it. Put my money in the bank. I got enough to get it. It's $3,000, but I can afford it, right? You go to the store. You put your whatever they're going to be using into the machine, and it says $3,000 needs to be paid out of your account. Now, be it the understanding that digital is within seconds. As soon as you put it in, just like if you go to the store, when you go to the store and they ring it up and you get the total and you put your card there and it goes beep, it's instant. They know exactly how much you're about to spend at that moment. Now, your normal spending is mortgage, light bill, gas bill, whatever. They know that. They could see that. They see that every month, every month, every month. All of a sudden, a $3,000 purchase comes up. And they say, oh, wait. That's not normal. Turn it off. Now you're at the store, at the counter, TV in the cart, people behind you, and your card says insufficient funds. Excuse me? Insufficient funds. I know I have at least 20,000 in my account. So that's the first embarrassment. Actually, the second, because the first embarrassment is the fact that you didn't know that they could turn your stuff on and off at their will. If they decide whether or not you need that television or you can spend 3,000, they make that decision now, not you. They make your financial decision based on your lifestyle that they think you should have. Now, the first embarrassment is because this conversation is not happening across the nation. They're doing things, evolving the financial arena to fit their narrative. What is that? Total control of you, me, and everybody else. They tell you what you could spend, when you can spend it, and how much you can spend. And if you go over that number, they turn your cards off. I want that to sink in just for a quick second. Now you take they're going to put the TV back. You're completely embarrassed. Everybody's, probably laughing at you or whatever. But in the back of your mind, you know you have money in the account. Why wasn't I able to purchase it? Because they decided that is out of your character and you don't deserve to spend $3,000 today. Period. So you go to your car, you pick up the phone, and you call the bank. Hello, bank. Bank says, hello. How can I help you? Yeah, I was just at the store and I was going to purchase a television and it says that I have insufficient funds. Can you tell me why that is? And they're going to say, well, according to your spending habits, that was out of character. They're going to come up with some crazy excuse, but basically they're going to deny that purchase because it's not in your character, nor is it in your financial arena. You're not allowed to spend $3,000 at one time because they don't think you should. Me personally, the only two entities between me and things that I work hard for and create a financial instrument to purchase the things that I choose to have is between myself and the creator. And of course, the employment that you're working for. This is why I don't want you to work for someone. This is why I'm doing all this, so that you have the knowledge to understand there are two arenas. There's the one that they control, and there's the one that you control. Why are we talking about wallets? Why are we talking about digital banks? So that you can maneuver. The CBDC still has to use the blockchain. This is where people miss it. Yeah, they could control your finances or whatever. They could turn it off, whatever they feel like it, but they have to go through the blockchain. It's based in the blockchain. So is your bank. So is your wallet. So is your resources. Why do you think they're fighting cryptocurrency so hard? Because they can't control it. So you have to understand, all right, well, if they're going to come out with this and control what I'm doing over here, then I sure better get control of my own and understand how to use it. That's the wallet. That's the bank, your bank. You become your own banker. You don't need their bank. And that's what they're afraid of. This conversation right here. They don't want you to have your own bank. But they can't stop it because everything is on the blockchain. Remember how I explained what the blockchain is and how it works? Millions and millions of transactions happen mathematically. every second of all day, every day. How do you catch one transaction out of all those billions of transactions? You can't. You can't even look into the blockchain to even try to find a transaction. So people that are not on calls like this or surrounded by people with a little bit of awakening are not going to have conversations on how to use a wallet. What's an address? What assets can I use? Should I be getting Bitcoin? Is it this or is it that? You have to talk about these things. Remember, the evolution is happening right in front of our eyes and no one's looking. It's happening right in front of your eyes. Have you gone into a bank lately? Have you noticed the inside of the bank has changed? There's like little booths, there's couches. This is not normal. And the teller counter has shrank down to three or four, no more than that. That's because banks are going to switch titles. They're going to become financial management, wealth management centers. What's a wealth management center? Simple. You take your money to them and they go trade it and do the stuff they've been doing without your knowledge. Now you have knowledge of it because Basel III, Basel IV, these are requirements that are put on banks, financial institutions, that they have to show what they're doing. Full disclosure. Remember how I was saying, I guess a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was on your call, it might have been on the adult call, that banks will use your money and blame it on someone else. Oh, it was identity theft. Somebody went shopping with your account. Stop. It has never been the truth, ever. When you look at numbers, and I want you to just take for a second, and I'm going to bring up my calculator. I think I did do this scenario with you before, but I'm just going to do it real quick. All right. I'm going to pick a number like they just recently did to me, which was $189. All right. $189 was taken out of my account. Brand new card. I keep my card locked. You know, you have the safe lock where you log into your back office and lock the card. The card is not supposed to be accessible once you lock it. $189 was debited against my account. I called the bank. What's this $189 charge? Oh, it looks like someone went shopping on such and such website and they used your checking account number. Okay, how's that possible when the card is locked? Well, it probably happened when you unlock it to make a purchase. So somebody was sitting in the background waiting for me to go get gas, and when I unlocked my card, they went and got $189. Yeah, that's more than likely what happened. They have software that they can put on your card and watch it, or your account, put on my account. They can put a software on my account through your bank to watch when I open my card and then take money when it happens. Come on. Do you think I'm completely stupid? Now watch. This is the math that I want you to do. This banking institution has over 400,000 accounts. I did the math because I wanted to know just what would this look like if it happened the way I'm feeling that it happens. I'm not going to use a bank's name because, like I said, this is being recorded. I'm just saying bank, okay? And they have 400,000 accounts, people, you know, depositing into their banks nationwide. So we take $189 and we go times 400,000 people. That is $75,600,000. $75,600,000 that they can take and put it on trade. They trade it. They put it on the wall, on the market. You notice, I don't know if you guys watch the markets or whatever, but you've seen things go up, down. You've seen the price of gas go up, down. You see the fact that we are hypothetically participating in a third world war, or at the brink of one, and we're shipping billions of dollars to a country that is in war with another country. We are funding money, sending it away. You see what I'm doing, right? Now, you call the bank and say, well, somebody took $189 out of my account. Well, Mr. Lewis, give us 4 days, 5 days to investigate, to find out what's going on. And if it's a fraudulent charge or fraud, those funds will be returned to your account. And you're like on the telephone, well, okay, well, they're going to look at it and they'll put it back. Are you sure you're going to put, yes, we'll put it, make sure that it's put back. So now they have 5 days to take $75,600,000 into what they call a bullet trade. I know I'm saying things that I haven't talked to you about before, but I just want you to understand what they do. A bullet trade basically gives this individual the opportunity to put that money to work. This is exactly what I'm asking you to do with your finances. They put that money to work and it generates an income. So we're going to say 75,600,000 times 60%. That is $45,360,000. $45,360,000 they're going to receive for 5 days. 45,3 times 5. That's $226,800,000 they just created. Boop! In 5 days, off of your $189 times 400,000 people. In 5 days, they out of that $226 million, they give you your $189 back. See, Mr. Lewis, we told you we would put it back in 5 days. It was a fraudulent move. Yes, but the fraud was you. Now, I want you to understand something. I just gave you a scenario of what's known as usury. Usury, where they take something that belongs to you, use it for their own personal gain, and share nothing with you. They return your small principal, but you make nothing for loaning it to them. The institution knows exactly what they're doing. That's why we need to get out of their institution. If your money was in your bank, would they have been able to take $189? No. Would they be able to generate $226 million off of you and 400,000 other people? No. And that's what they're afraid of. And that's what they're fighting. But you, 13, 14 people, are now aware of bank practices, which are supposedly going to be over with. But if they get hold of CBDCs, then that same scenario I just told you about is 100% them. So if you have $30,000 in your account, they can take the entire 30,000, put it to work to do what they want, and give you nothing. Because they control it and give you what they think you should have after you've worked for it. Now, do you understand? Or do you have a small understanding of usury? I wanted to go over that this morning so you understand why I'm fighting so hard to make sure that you understand this evolution and that you're ahead of it, not part of it. You will be started out with your first cryptos, more than likely tomorrow, or if I can get it done today, it'll be today, for those who sent their address. Now, I did say that there was a reason for those pictures that I requested from everyone, and I said I would tell you about it today. So I'm going to tell you about it right now. All of you that sent a picture are going to go on a board that is going to be at the office when the physical office is opened, and there will be a physical office open for A Promise Delivered. Those pictures are the representation of the future of A Promise Delivered. Now, I'm not going to say on this call what that means. You should be able to read through those lines. Certain things cannot be said and shouldn't be said on a recording. When that physical office is open, you will be invited to it. And then when you come to it, you will find out exactly what that means. We have to, as adults, pour into the young people, whatever your specialty is, whether it's cooking, sewing, management, steelworking, whatever your parents taught you or you seem to be very good at, we have to take this opportunity and give it to them. Because the other individuals that are in control of their knowledge base is not grooming them to be functioning adults. They're grooming them to be sheeple. Follow this rule, follow this, do that, do what I teach you, not what you should know. Don't learn a skill. Learn what I want you to learn so I can use you.
Bro, why won't my
Okay. So that part is part of the understanding of what it is when we talk about usury. And we have to give you all of our skills. It's supposed to happen. It's not a choice. Your parents are going to teach you the things that they know. Okay? There's special skills in everybody. It could be music, whatever it is. Use those skills to turn them into an income. But where does your income go? And what kind of income should you be looking for? Number one, the kind of income that you're going to be looking for is going to be digital, some format of digital. So your phone is going to be your secretary. And I know you're laughing, and it does sound funny, but if you think about it, and I'm going to show you what I mean. If you think about it, hold on 1 second, please. Hello? Okay, so when I say secretary, and when I'm talking about the phone, The phone has access to everything. It has access to the internet. It has access to your wallets. It has access to your bank. It will also have access to send funds to your bank. Okay, the Wealth Management Center, whatever you want to call them, bank, they're still going to be around, and we still may need to use them only at your discretion. But it's nice to have that option. So the cell phone is going to control or give you the control to tell it what to do with your finances. Okay, phone, I want to send 10,000 to my bank. Boop, hit the address, 10,000 just went to your account, to your digital bank. When I say bank, when I say my bank, that's what I'm talking about. Your bank, not the bank. When I'm talking about them, you'll hear the word the in front of it. The bank. Your phone will also be able to go and pull funds and shop with your wallet, because your wallets are also going to be on your phone. You go to the store, pull up your wallet, put it in front of the thing, beep, done. You've made your purchase. Did you have to ask anyone? Is anyone in between you and that transaction? Absolutely not. So no one can say, well, do you really need that TV? No, I'm not going to let you get that television. So no. But if you have your own funds on your own system, and that store accepts digital currency, which they will, remember, Visa, MasterCard, as long as those two are involved, you can make a purchase, unless they change that. But whatever they change to, there's always going to be an option. And the only way to use that option is to understand it. So this is why we do this call, so you can slowly get infused into using a wallet, how to set up a wallet, what the wallet's purpose is. Remember, it's a resource wallet bank. That's its purpose. The wallet can go to the store and help you buy your groceries. The wallet can go to whatever, pretty much, and allow you to make purchases. The bank is going to tell you, oh, well, Mr. Lewis, we'll let you have one of these, and we're going to tell you what you can and can't buy with it, because those funds are in our control or our management, like they are now. But you can actually go get those funds. If I was to go to the bank right now, I could withdraw. Now, you can't withdraw a lot. If you go in there talking about you're going to withdraw $10,000, they're going to be like, nope, not today. We have to make an appointment for that. Make an appointment? Why do I need to make an appointment to withdraw the money that I have in that account? Simple. The simple answer to that question is it's not there. They have to go get it, bring it to the bank, and then give it to you. But the bank has the money. It's all on deposit. That's where my check goes. Yes, digital. Remember me talking about digital currency? When you put your debit card into the ATM machine, what are you putting in? Digits. Your 4-digit. Deet, 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 deet. Then you push enter, right? And then when it brings up your account, it says, what do you want to do, Mr. Lewis? And you look on there, you say, account inquiry. How much do I have in my account? So you punch in the thing, and it's going to put up a number, right? Boom. You have this much. Okay. So when you look at that, you see 10,000, well, we'll say $50,000. You'll see 50,000.000 with a dollar sign in front of it. That's what you're seeing. You're not looking at a stack of bills that equal out to 50,000. You see digital numbers. And this is the part where people see it and don't even realize what they're looking at. When it's broke down to you so you can see it and understand it, it makes sense. That's known as digital currency. You've been on it for a long time. If you have a checking account, which some of you do, which I'm proud of you, to have a checking account at such a young age, bank accounts, you've been on digital ever since you got the account. And some adults don't even know that what they're looking at is digital representation. It's not money. It says the bank name, it says your account number. It doesn't even say your name if you really look at it. It says the account number, and it says digits of a certain amount, right? It doesn't say or show you a stack of 50s, a stack of hundreds, and a stack of whatever. It shows you digits. So when people say, well, we're going to go to digital currency, sweethearts, you've been on digital currency since the invention of a debit card. I don't know the date. I should have that date. That's our homework. What date was the I should know it. Was a debit card introduced? Don't say it now, and don't say it during the questions. I want you guys to go look it up. I want everybody to go look it up. Introduce. Okay, so that's for next week. What date was the debit card introduced? And from that date forward, you have been on digital currency. Okay, it used to be paper. You have to write out a withdrawal slip. There was no debit card. You'd have to go into the bank and write out a withdrawal slip, and then you put it in there, and they say whether or not you have enough to withdraw that, and then you would get it. Or you used to sign the back of your check and say cash it when they had money in the bank. Once upon a time, they did have money in the bank. That's the reason why there's a vault in there. But when they went digital, all the money left. When we went fractional banking, all the paper left. Because you're only on a fraction of what it is. A fraction. That fraction has never been denounced or announced. It could be 1/10 of a dollar. It just says fractional banking. That's what the system is you're under right now, fractional banking. So what date was the debit card introduced? Ever since then, you've been on digital currency. So when we say, all right, we're going to wallets and we're going to addresses, and you have to make sure that your address is correct. You have to make sure that the account or the wallet that you're using, this was the old wallet, the one that you put in your pocket and gave yourself back pain for us guys. You sitting on something that thick in the truck all day, you tilt it one side, it makes your back hurt. Women don't do that because they have a purse. They put this inside of a purse and carry it. We sit on it until you learn how to put it in your front pocket and you don't have that issue. But anyway, digital currency is what you've been on all along. So it is important, it is vital that going forward, within a week or so, that digital currency is going to mean everything because you're going to be seeing a lot of it. I do believe that things are moving much faster than what they are letting us on to know. That's why they're passing rules, passing new laws to have them in place, because we're at the finish line. It's getting ready to break loose where they have to announce it. They have to. or the country goes under completely and we become a third world country. A lot of you have never seen a third world country except for on TV around Christmas time, where you see the commercials of the little babies out there walking through trash and flies all in their face and all that. Could you imagine that being you? And all the plush stuff that you see around right now disappear? Do you think the United States or this country is going to allow that to happen? To fall into a third world arena? So they have to switch from the old stuff. Evolution, remember I told you, is happening right before your eyes. You just don't see it, or you should now, with this information that I'm trying to share with you. They have to change. And you're going to change right with them. As a matter of fact, you're going to be ahead of them because of the information that you now know. You're going to be doing the same things that they do. You're going to put your monies and your wealth and your assets to work for you by the simple participation with a system that is designed for that very fact. Okay? So, again, a lot of things are changing right before our faces. You will see a portion go to your wallets as soon as I have everything purchased over. Everything right now is in Bitcoin. I didn't want to send Bitcoin. I want to send USDT. It's easier to swap. Okay, everything was sent in Bitcoin, so I have to swap it from Bitcoin over to USDT and then to your addresses. It's on the way. Now, the last point that I want to step on, or at least bring to everyone's attention, is the fact that what is happening with all of what's going on with the finances is going to be easy to maneuver over to, once you understand it. And my goal is to help everyone understand it. It's a little confusing right now because you're using different things. You got a wallet, you got a bank, you got addresses, you got online, you have offline, you can't connect it to the Wi-Fi, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yes, it's a challenge. Yes, it's a step-by-step process. But just like when you got your debit card, you didn't know what that debit card was about. When you got your checking account, way back when, there was a checkbook that you wrote checks out of, and then you had to do the math in the back to balance your checking account. It wasn't digital. You had to write it with numbers and subtract and add and math and all that. Okay, like I said, things have evolved and will continue to evolve. You just happen to be in the middle of one. And it's in your arena. And I'm talking to the young people. You are the digital arena. We were the paper, write it down, subtract, add arena. So you had to know math, or at least find a calculator or some form of numbers. You had to understand them. Now everything's digital. Tap a few buttons, you get an answer. So the evolution is happening right before you. So you're taking part of it, and hopefully the information I'm sharing with you is at least giving you an understanding of what you need to do. And like I said before, write it down. Anything that you plan on doing or want to do or have chosen to do, write it down. You have to. Okay? Moving forward requires you to be present in all aspects. Remember, writing something is etched into time. When you speak something, it goes into the universe. It's a manifestation. If you feel something in your heart that you should do, follow your heart. Follow your first mind. Your first mind is in from the future. And I'm telling you these things because no one told that to me. You have to be present. And what that means is being able to listen to yourself, not saying that you know everything. If something comes to you overwhelmingly, like, should I go to this party or not? Somebody invites you to a party and the first thought that comes to your mind, well, I really don't want to go. That's your first mind. Your first mind knows right. And you say, well, I don't really want to go. And the person that's inviting you, oh, come on. It's such and such birthday party. Y'all friends, come on, let's go. Yeah, but that's a school night, or it's I have to be up early the next day for something that's planned with the family. Well, you'll be all right. We'll come back early. They're going to do everything they can to pull you out of your first mind. And it's not them. And I'm going to teach you something about the arena of life. It's never the person that's talking to you. It's the enemy within the person to derail you. There's a thing called, let's write this word down, temptation. So 2 things next week. When was the debit card introduced? And temptation. Temptation is a full circle of understanding that if you are on the right path or trying to do things on the good side, then the enemy is going to come to you. Your first mind is going to guide you from the future because it's already gone through what you're about to go through. If you don't get a feeling like, no, I don't want to go, or if you just, if it's someone invites you and it's a good feeling about it and you're excited to go, then it's more than likely it's going to be a good experience. But if you have hesitancy, or if you feel a certain way, not so much, don't do it. And that goes for anything, not just the party. Everything. Now I'm gonna leave it on this note right here. There's something called fruits of labor. And fruits of labor doesn't always mean money. Case in point, the job that I work during the day is truck driving. And, we use dump trucks. I think I showed a picture on it of it last week when I was fueling it up. But for the most part, it's a very dirty job. These trucks are always in mud. They're off road, which means a construction site. We'll go to quarries where they dig into the ground and unearth different types of rocks and what have you. I'll try to get a video of the next time I go to the quarry. But it's a very dirty job. And I'm a very meticulous person about things shining. I like things to shine. I like things to be clean. So my truck, and I run 2 trucks. Everybody else drives 1. I run 2 trucks. An old beat up one, what they use for demolition. It's all dented up and whatnot. They drop big rocks in it, big pieces of concrete. So it's beat up. The other truck is what is used for putting down new road, blacktop. It's called asphalt, blacktop, whichever. But it's a newer truck. It's not all that. It doesn't get all that mud stuff on it. Sometimes it does. But what I do is keep both trucks clean as a whistle, all the way down to the rims. I polish the rims. I do the tires, like, you see guys when they do their cars, the tires itself are basically blacked out and glossy. It looks like a brand new truck. I keep 2 trucks like that. I don't ask for anything special for it. It's just what I do. And out of my actions at that job, there's now a new rule for all the rest of the truck drivers to wash their truck, or they get wrote up for not doing it. So sometimes your actions will alter things around you, but you have to notice, you have to be aware. And if you're aware, you will see your fruits right in front of your face, and they will never tell you that it came from you. That's where you have to be aware of your fruits. So keep that in mind. Whatever you do, whatever you're doing, be the absolute best at it at all times. And your just review will happen in front of you. Sometimes they will give an acknowledgement of your hard work, change the course of something. Sometimes they will. A lot of times they won't. No matter if they do or don't, continue to do your absolute best. That's what I do. And always stay humble. Because there's somebody out here that knows more than you, or can do better than you. Strive for your best every day. Any questions?
Mr. Lewis, I have one.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is Carolyn. I know for Jeremiah, I'm sorry, he sent you Bitcoin address. Now you're saying you want the USDT address?
Well, if it is a Bitcoin address, he can convert it.
Right.
Should
Okay.
We'll figure out what is the best avenue. But if it's a wallet, it should accept them all.
It's his trust wallet.
Then it'll take
think-
it. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Mr. Lewis, I have a question. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
hear me?
It's kind of muffled, but
Okay, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
we don't use that word though, ladies. Apologies.
My apologies. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to make sense, so bear with me.
Yeah,
So with all of the information that you gave us about banks today, after we do start to receive funds from A Promise Delivered, I know that we're gonna be having like our own treasures, or like ledgers, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, after we get to that point where we are using our own ledgers, would you want us to like shut down our debit and credit cards?
No. Nope. And yes, that's an awesome question. It's not confusing. Like I said, we're going to continue using their system only until they lose their minds and try to control your finances. So it's not passed, I don't think 100% yet. There's still a couple, like I think 14 states that have to say yes or no. But for the most part, you're going to keep these guys because of the simple fact you want to have multiple options. But the bulk of your finances is going to be under your direct control. Period. And the reason why I say that is, like I said, hold on. The reason why I said that is because if they're going to play ball correctly, if they're not going to lose their minds, and we go into Nasara, what have you, there's a few things that are coming our way that's going to make everything equal. Then that institution will, be usable if you so see it to be. But if you are in control of your own finances and you can basically shop when you want to, how you want to, without having to ask someone, then I want you to have both options. If they do lose their mind, turn it loose. If they don't, then you have them already. I just wouldn't put a lot in their hands because we've done that already. We put everything in their hands. Everything goes to them. Deposit, 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 deposit. Right? So we're using checking accounts. We're using debit cards. They still literally have control of all of our finances because we put it into their system. That's no more.
Okay,
Good?
I understand. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else? That it? All right. So next week, you have 2 assignments. What date was the debit card introduced? And then the second one is temptation. Temptation. Okay. Everybody good?
Mr. Lewis, thank you as always.
All right. I
Young
tell you,
people
boy,
is something else. Thank you
crickets.
as always. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
Mr. Lewis. Thank
Enjoy
you,
your
Mom.
day.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Mr. Lewis.
You're so
Enjoy your
welcome.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Have a great day.
You as well. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
You're so welcome. All right. We'll see you guys next week.